recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Woo, woo, woo! You know it!
You actually think you deserve a shot at this? You don't deserve buddy. You couldn't provide ice cream if the Dairy Queen, Carvel, and Cookie Puss drove an ice cream truck straight up your ass.
You should be ashamed I'm a part-timer, because I can do this part-time better than you could ever do it full-time.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
Scissor me, Daddy! Yeah! 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 Oh, it's another Thursday, and you know what that means. We're live here, 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the whole nine, and hell, the gang's all gone. It's just you and me again, Ryan.
Again? How does
I
this
know.
happen?
I know. It's like we're the suckers who get stuck with the light. It's like, hey, you're the last one out. Can you just make sure the doors are locked and everything's good? And it's like, no, actually, I wanted to leave with everybody else.
Joke's on them. I forget shit all the time.
And then we don't have to pay the bill. We just we get through it and we get to the end. But we thank you guys for doing what this guy won't, and that's be here with us. Big Jim in the comments, as well as Devin. What's up? Welcome to 3CT Live. If you're new to this, I don't understand why, but 3countthursday.com is your home for so much 3 Count Thursday news, 3CT news. You can get links to our TeePublic store, keep up with the Wrestler of the Week that we'll cover a little bit later. Find out about indie promotions that are running in and around your area. There's actually a big one coming up this weekend, actually. Ryan, I heard a little birdie was telling me that you're going to head out to Tres Legacies, 3 Legacies Wrestling.
Before we go, Tim, I'm not going to let you off the hook that quickly.
Damn it.
We know Jim's not here. We know intern Mark's not here. We know Matt's not here. These are the guys that normally go back and fact check everything and checks our spelling and checks our grammar. Can you put that opening card up again when you ran our beautiful entrance music? Did you?
What?
Did you?
Oh darn! It's already deleted.
Is it really?
No, it's right here. Go ahead.
We're righting the wrongs. That's what the show's called, correct?
Yep.
Correct. And what is today's date again?
Today is the.
Well, I see you righted one of the wrongs. It looks like you righted one of the wrongs there with the 2023, right? Because that looks to be a slightly different font.
Who gives a shit?
Well, it's also the 15th, right?
The whole thing sucks.
And it looks like you spelled unveils wrong, but for some reason the I's just look like L's.
They're gonna do the sign. They're doing the sign.
Because championships looks wrong too.
It's the I. It's the I in the font.
Worst I I've ever seen. Take it away.
I know it's horrible.
But we are righting wrongs here today. And one of the major wrongs would be not going out to catch a 3 Legacies show tomorrow night. First of all, they're going to have a special guest. That's right. Big old Gene Snitsky's going to be there. I thought we had a Snitsky sound effect, but we do not.
I don't know. I don't know if we have. It's not my fault.
Come on, Jim. God.
I know.
Guy does nothing right. Hope he's enjoying vacation. Last one.
I know he's running out of PTO. Like,
He's got to be,
honestly,
man.
truthfully, Big Jim is running out of PTO.
I'm not gonna lie. We miss you. We miss you, Mark. Well, we miss you, Matt. Mark is whatever.
We miss the entertainment that Mark brings, even though it gives me an aneurysm. But
there is entertainment, that's for sure.
But what won't give you an aneurysm, easy for me to say, is the action that will take place at the Brightside Opportunity Center this weekend. Actually, mañana.
Mañana, folks. We're talking tomorrow, the 16th. Don't let the date fool you. We're talking the 16th. Gene Snitsky is going to be there. He's doing autographs. You can get your picture with Snitsky, former WWE star. We're going to have South Philly's finest taking on Nate Bradley and Chris Cruz in tag team actions. Love those South Philly boys.
Oh, yeah.
And then we are starting, aptly named, The Chase. This starts the tournament to crown the very first ever Three Legacies Wrestling heavyweight champion. In tournament action, we've got let me pull it up here. I'm gonna pull it up. We have Tarzan Duran taking on the Butcher Jason Blade. Opening round matchup, Sage Matthews taking on Ace Dallas. And boy, is there not anybody that I just can't stand more than Ace Dallas. Ace Dallas. We're at second to the last picture there. Sage Matthews, Ace Dallas, yelling praise me, talking about, I just can't stand the fella. We've got Smiley taking on Prince Piranha. This is going to be a fantastic match. Piranha from Lancaster County native himself. And Tim, you're familiar with Smiley. You've seen Smiley in action before, right?
Oh yeah, Smiley has a championship pedigree. He has been well decorated across the mat wars, and I'm sure that the native son of the Fairchild Asylum for the mentally deranged would love to have another title on the mantle, hidden behind glass and behind bars, so that the inmates cannot actually grab the title and use it as a weapon or a frisbee or literally anything other than a commemorative accolade for Three Legacies.
Tim, I have no clue what you just said there. And in final opening round action, Bro Keller taking on Merrick Miami. These guys are both studs.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna tear the house down here.
Bro,
I know we've had Bro on
here
the show
looking
before.
very vascular.
So vascular.
The veins and the striations.
Vascularity. My goodness. What else do we have? We have Thick Rick Rodriguez taking on one of one, the snooker man himself, Al Snook.
Does he play snooker?
I have no clue. Let's get Al Snook on the show and ask him.
There we go. You can work on that.
On here, we'll talk to Al about some poker or poker, for Christ's sakes.
Some billiards.
Unbelievable. And then in ladies action, Harlan Lopez battling Zoe Cannon. That's going to round out the cards, folks. The chase starts tomorrow. Three Legacies Wrestling. This is in Brightside Opportunity Center in beautiful downtown Lancaster. It's 515 Hershey Avenue, Lancaster, PA. Doors are opening
real
at 5:30. Show starting at 7. Get there early, man. They've got dogs. They've got burgers. They've got beverages. They've got Gene Snitsky. They've got the whole nine. Make it out tomorrow. Family-friendly professional wrestling. Building on, we're heading on the chase. The ultimate goal here. A new champion will be crowned at the end of this tournament at the Red Rose Rumble. That's Saturday, August the 19th, 2023. The Red Rose Rumble will be taking place at beautiful Clipper Magazine Stadium, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Again, that's going to be August the 19th. Lights so bright, the brightest of lights. We're going to fill the ballpark. We're going to fill it, Tim. We don't have a choice. Tim? You're Tim?
Yes.
I almost said Jim.
You almost did, but that's all right.
Almost did. That's 9 years of saying Jim and throwing it back to the host as Jim.
I know. It's crazy. We're all here. But I'm sure that Ricardo and Bro and Smiley and everybody and the Three Legacies crew Cannot wait to see you guys there, bright and smiling.
I'm gonna be there.
Rose, $20.
We've got intern Mark there. Come up and say
I'm glad
hello
he can
if
be
you
there
guys
and not here.
Isn't that wild how that works?
It's wild, man.
Freaking
Wild.
A. Wild how that works. He doesn't want to do the work, but he wants to enjoy the fun.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
The man on your shirt was there last month. The big boar.
Yes, he was.
The big boar man.
Big Boorman.
End of the match. Fans showed a great deal of respect. They were throwing dollar bills. They were throwing money into the ring. What a main event.
What a time. What a time indeed.
A time indeed. Folks, make it out tomorrow. Stop by, say hello to us. Say hello to Ricardo Rodriguez. Say hello to all of the Three Legacies wrestling action. It's going to be a great time. You're a fool if you ain't going to be there.
So true.
Oh, dude, then we go out to Aruga's and we have some great Arugas. What? It's a great night. Right? Get some delicious Arugas.
I haven't had Arugas in, I would absolutely say, years.
No.
Yeah. Because I've just been I'm outside of that Lancaster bubble, so it's like I'm never around. And whenever I'm in town, I'm doing two things. I'm either hanging out with my best friend in the whole world, Marcus, watching wrestling, or I'm eating at the best diner in the world.
Oh, it's a damn good diner.
It is so good.
I love me some Night and Day.
That's so good. Jeez.
Boy, do I love it. If you're local and you know what we're talking about, oh my God, let's talk about a sponsorship. Let's do it.
I
know.
If
you guys have gone to the Night and Day Diner and you're listening, just drop into the comments what's your favorite meal at the Night and Day Diner, if you have one. If it's hard to pick one. But I just want to know what y'all are noshing on when you're at the old Night and Day.
You'll be very, very hungry, but
so good. But yeah, man, make it out. Support professional wrestling, support indie wrestling, support your friends, support everybody. Let's do it. The Bears are up. I'm watching the Hershey Bears game right now. That's exciting. Jim's probably excited about that.
What is the record right now for the Calder Cup final?
So for the Calder Cup finals, the Coachella Valley Firehawks or whatever they're called, they're up 2-1. Tonight is game 4 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Hershey's up 2-1. Very exciting. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
I know it's actually going to be me and Jim and Matt, I think, are taking in game 5. So if you're at the Bears game, swing on by and say hello to us. We always want to meet the folks that listen to our show, except Devin. Devin, you're not invited. It's mean. I shouldn't say that.
Man.
Devin, you can come if you want. You're invited to come.
Oh, I got to find it. I don't know where it is.
That's fine. We're moving on.
I'm going to find it.
It's forced now.
Nope, I'm going to do it.
But it's too late.
This one?
I'd have to be on my hands and knees and just take it.
That's not it.
That's not the one. I am fucking loaded. That's not it either. He was invited to come.
There it is.
Third time's the charm. Look at that.
Got it. Ryan, before we get into our weekly news story of the week, because that's how it goes.
You all right, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. It was a bit redundant there, but I'm all right. Yeah, I really am. I'm doing well.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
I had off Monday. I was down at the beach, caught some time in the sand. My toes in the water, ass in the sand. God, I'm just so happy down there. You just plop me on the beach with nothing to do and just stare at the ocean for hours. I'd be happy. I don't need music. I don't need a book. I just need to be left alone and just freaking peace out. Man, it's so nice.
If you could, like, just out of the blue, if like money were no object and anything like that, would you just
money is no object? I podcast for 3 Count Thursday.
That's very true. We're the most money-making podcast in the history of this great sport.
So much.
So much.
What was the question? I was being asked.
If money were no object and anything else, would you find yourself living by the beach, like getting a nice beach house?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think a long-term goal of mine, and I'm fucking 40, so I better start acting quick, would really just be like a condo. I don't even need a big beach house. I don't need a lawn. I just want something that's like near or overlooking the ocean would be great. Stick me on the 3rd or 4th floor with a balcony. That's all I need. I'd be happy. Give me one room. I'm single. I don't need much But yeah, let me just walk down a few flights of steps and just throw my beach chair down after work. Hey man, work was stressful. I'm gonna go lay in the sun for an hour on the beach. Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
Now, would you stick to Delaware, or would you?
No, I'm not tied there at all. Delaware's
Okay.
the closest to me, probably.
Right.
I wouldn't do New Jersey.
No.
Yeah, you get it. I mean, people love Jersey. That's fine, man. The Wildwoods are great to visit, but I don't think I'd want to. I don't think I'd want to live there. Maurice Pier is great. I love Maurice. I really do. They're having the Barefoot Country Music Festival this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a great time. Just I wouldn't want to live in Jersey. Delaware would be great. I think it's still it's not as crazy as like Ocean City. Oh, hey there, Mike. How are you, my friend? Have you ever been to the Night and Day Diner? You don't know what you're missing, Tubby.
But he should.
He should. He should. Let's talk about Mania next year. You swinging by Lancaster and getting some damn Night and Day Diner with us.
That's right. We can make the day
trip.
That's a day trip.
It's a day trip.
Just
come in early. We'll take some day.
Yeah,
you're invited to come.
That's right. Here we go.
Tim, he was invited to come. How are you, cuz?
I'm good, man. Life is fun. I'm excited. There's just a lot of stuff moving and shaking. It's taking a lot of energy out of me. Life source. Nothing bad. It's just there's a lot of moving pieces. The planets are aligning, and I just want to be in bed.
They are aligning, aren't they?
They are. I just want to be in bed so bad every day. Don't want to.
I get that.
Big Mac, not opposed to it. He's ready to go.
Let's go.
He's gonna fly in Thursday more than likely, and
that's what I was saying about things aligning, Tim.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
I'm one step closer to being done with the podcast.
No way. Here it comes. The old ball and chain.
The death to all podcasts is responsibilities.
Let's talk about it.
And no, I'm very happy. My consortium and I, my Megan and I, earlier this week celebrated our engagement.
Woo!
That's right. We are finally engaged. Gosh, it's like 6 years we've been together, and finally decided to put the ring on it. And thank you to everybody who responded and showed some love on the Instagrams and the Facebooks and everything like that. My heart is full. My passion bucket overfloweth with everything you've got. Oh, look at this. Hold on. We got dueling information. The death is having EJ Christian on the show.
That's fair.
Hey, maybe check out Earnestly Speaking a little bit later, because that might be the death of me. And then of course, Devin doesn't want me to leave. Well, my boy, who knows?
There comes a time in every man's life.
Yes,
when he chooses a woman over the podcast. I mean, every man.
I know, right? Just look at it. But I'll just be I will be swinging the majority from unmarried to married in just like a short amount of time. Right now, there's 2 married and 2 not married, and 1 that's in a relationship, and now it's going to swing fully the other way. So
Mark and I will hold down the bachelor life
until he finally gives in to Angie.
It's coming.
Oh, I can't wait
for sure.
I can't wait until he has like that It Takes Two moment where Steve Barenthal and Christy Alley, rest in peace, are having it's a long fly ball over the left field wall, talking about love and what it feels like. Speaking of the devil, and he shall appear. Ernest, hello.
Ernest, are you special guesting on an Ernest podcast soon? I heard, perhaps.
I might be. I haven't responded back to him, but I just got to get.
I blew the cover. Sorry, Tim.
No, you didn't blow any cover.
You left them on red.
It's not on red. Well, it is on red because I didn't respond, but it's like I just got a bunch.
Unbelievable.
There's a bunch of stuff and things going on, man. I'm worried about a refinance of a house, and I had to get the.
You got a ring you have to pay for. I heard they're pretty cheap. Yo, was that me or you? Somebody just got real quiet. Can you hear me, Tim? I can't hear you, my guy. It's happening again. I knew this moment would come. Jim's not here. There's no Matt. There's no Mark. Tim's gone silent. He's lost his voice. And here I am all by myself just watching the Bears game. I've got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
This is the worst podcast I've ever been a part of. Tim, I heard you sigh heavily. Maybe that was just a breath. Try talking again. Oh, this is the worst thing in the world. Well, I know this is where I should have been talking about Three Legacies because that's what I had brought to the show tonight, and that's about it. My goodness. I'm so sorry. This is not good. Tim, pull it out and put it back into the medium pace. No, man, I got nothing on you, brother. That's not going to work for me, brother. That's okay. I know we were going to start talking about Forbidden Door. I just heard you typing. I'm hearing the clanky clicks, but no words, my dude. Does anybody hear Tim? Can you put in the comments if you guys hear Tim? I hear you tapping. But they ain't no words.
Okay.
I hear that.
I think
I hear you.
Me, but now I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
This is great.
You can't hear me now?
This is just great stuff.
Who do you hear? Does anybody hear anything?
I hear nothing.
You can hear me. Fuck you, Tim.
No, I don't. Oh, this is so
No,
dumb.
I think you're messing with me now. Oh, they can hear both of us.
I can't hear you.
We'll just keep going.
But
They can hear us
hear the
both.
both of us. We're going to
Fuck
figure
it.
this out.
Let's do it. This is ridiculous.
I hate everything.
How you can't hear me? How can I not hear you? I hear you fine, Tim.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is wild.
Why can't I hear?
Can you hear me now, Tim?
This is Jim's fault.
This is all Jim's fault. God dang it, Jim. This is like that commercial. So I can hear Tim. Here's what's happening. I can hear Tim. Tim can't hear me, apparently. But I can hear Tim just fine, and y'all can hear both of us the whole time. Technical difficulties are the greatest. Mike's saying check the settings with StreamYard. Mike, you're not part of this show. You get out of here. We'll check what we want to check. This is Jim's fault, though. I like Ernest putting it all in capitalized. This is wild.
I need you stretching, baby.
What about Sheiky Baby? He passed away.
Oh, I
last
hear
week.
you.
Oh, we back. We back, fam. This is all right.
Everybody's here. It's my fault. I blame everything on me.
Did you just muted you just muted me, didn't you? Jim does that a lot too.
No, I didn't mute you. I haven't muted you at all.
You got lucky.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody can hear us, right?
They could always hear us.
I know.
I could always hear you once you unplugged and pulled back out. By the way, folks, always pull out.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear me.
No, not at all.
This is Jim's fault.
All right, let's see how this works. Because I need.
Let's just do the wrestler of the week. Let's move on.
Now I'm ready to. Now I'm jazzed up. I'm ready to go, man.
Let's do it. Man, that only took 25 minutes. We're prime and ready.
We're like
a lawnmower you haven't used in a while.
We got plenty of time to get through everything, so let's hit the news. We do hear that, right?
We hear what?
Come on, don't do that to me.
Yeah, that was that. I heard it. That's the nightly news calendar.
Yes. the next two big pay-per-view premium live events are starting to take shape as coming up next week, AEW X New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. I don't know why I put an extra syllable in it. Forbidden Door is starting to take shape. 4 matches announced on the card so far, and they did a lot of heavy lifting on Dynamite to get us our AEW World Championship match of MJF and the Tanahashi Man, as well as the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Sonata taking on Jungle Boy Jack Perry. And that's already on top
Jungle
of
Man.
That's right, Jungle Man Jack Perry, on top of the other 2 Dynamite matches of Omega Ospreay 2 for the United States Championship and Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada in the dream match of all of wrestling. Did you catch the Danielson promo where he called out Okada?
I did.
Where he said he was the rain, or he called him Okada the Rainmaker, but he's going to be in the desert and there ain't going to be no rain. Oh my God.
It reminded me of that 90s song Missing.
That's right.
And I miss you.
But there's people say Bryan Danielson's not a good promo.
Who sang that song?
Who sang Missing?
Was it but the girl?
Let me see here. Everything But the Girl, 1994.
Wow. Nice. What a bop.
Just pulled that right out of the sky.
That one was somewhere that had cobwebs on it up there.
Yeah, it did. You just went and blew that sucker off. But the WWE is not to be outdone. They're putting their pieces together for their July 1st attraction at the O2 in London for Money in the Bank. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match is already set.
Let's talk about that.
Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch, and Damian Priest round out your 6. I'm pretty excited that it's like a bunch of people who could actually use Money in the Bank and not anybody who like shouldn't win it. Like the women's side where it's, it's Zelina Vega and it's Zoe Stark and it's Io Sky, but then it's Becky and Bayley. And it's like, okay.
You know what? I'm actually really fine with Bayley there. I don't think Bayley's been like in the hunt of the championship. And I feel like Becky, I get it. I'm kind of fatigued on the man.
Did you miss all of the Bayley versus Bianca?
I did.
Okay, that was literally like 4 months of television.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Tim, I don't know if I've watched since WrestleMania.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Did it happen in around that area?
No, it was after WrestleMania. Big Mike's got a good question about Forbidden Door. Does Danielson Okada main event the show? It might have to, right?
I think you're going to give it some silly gimmick, and it will. Will they do like an Iron Man match?
I don't know if they'll do Iron Man match. I don't know if they'll go time limit draw. But whatever it is, it should set up for Wrestle Kingdom.
I just don't know how you don't put either your championship or the Sonata and the Jungle Boy isn't main event, unfortunately.
It's kind of crazy. I feel like we still have Rampage, and we have Collision.
Boom, boom, Collision.
The very first Collision this weekend on Saturday.
Is that this Saturday?
That is this Saturday at 8:00 on.
I can't wait to tune in.
The main event's already been announced. CMFTR versus Switchblade Jay White, Rock Hard Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe. So the Joe Punk feud reigniting.
It's reigniting.
So
Samoa Joe's in that movie too, right? He's on
the TV show with
is it a TV show?
Twisted Metal. Yep.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yep. He is the body of Sweet Tooth.
Okay, yeah, and there's somebody else doing like Will Arnett or something's doing the voice.
Will Arnett's doing the voice.
God, Look at that. I was right twice on this podcast.
Look, don't let anybody
pulling random shit and names out of my head.
Right. We can't let anybody just catch on that you actually know everything and you just play stupid.
Nah, I don't want that to happen.
No, we can't let that happen. It's all
good.
I
meant Will Forte.
Yes. Will Forte. And that's a Ted Lasso guy, right?
Oh, I've never seen Ted Lasso. That's a big Jim question.
Yeah, CMFTR should win the New Japan 6-man titles at the Lost Doors show. Who are the current? Well, they can't. They can't win the New Japan 6-man.
Can't do it, Mike.
Because the 6-man titles are held by
Dalton Castle and the boy.
Okada, Tanahashi Man, and Ishii. I don't think they lost the titles yet.
I don't think they have.
So, and I don't think that there's a New Japan show between now and then. So,
yes. Tanahashi and Okada and Squishy have the titles.
That's right. And we've got the G1 coming around a little later. But there's not really much else in the way of news. Yeah, look at Mike. Or am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
Tim, I wouldn't be able to correct you if you were.
I'm looking it up. Yeah. Okada, Tanahashi Man, and Tomohiro Ishii are the never open weight 6-man tag champs.
Are they open weight?
They should have lost the titles to the BCC, but they didn't.
They did not.
Right.
They did not. I saw Jim was arguing with somebody about the BCC.
He was absolutely wrong. I think
Joey Image, I believe.
What was he saying about the BCC?
I think Joey Image, who's also going to be at the show tomorrow. Check him out. He's the commentary team, or one half of the commentary team for Trace Legacies for 3 Legacies Wrestling. Was saying something along the lines of he doesn't like that they're still the BCC when there's nobody from like Britain or Blackpool in the club anymore. And Jim was like, yeah, but like that's just the name from like Regal.
Right. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Even though Regal's gone, they can still keep that name. I guess they could have rebranded if Regal was gone, like giving themselves a new name. Like, hey, we kicked Regal out. Let's call ourselves something different. But they didn't.
Well, the thing is they didn't kick Regal out, right? So in regards of story, MJF, like...
That's fair.
Clobbered Regal and sent him away medically.
Right. To the WWE.
So they're still as literally my dogs couldn't just stop.
Dude, they're upset.
Well, somebody just came home, so
with chicken McNuggets, they're giving them nuggets right now. I bet.
I know they're so nugged out right now. They can't stand it. But so Regal still, they all have that in common. So Regal having them still be the Blackpool Combat Club.
Right, they were tapped by Regal to be in this, correct? Like Regal recruited them.
Well, so originally the BCC was Mox and Danielson.
Right.
And Regal was kind of like, Danielson put the seed out there to Mox, like, well, what could this place be if we work together? And Mox is like, I don't know. And then Regal shows up and they do the slap where he slaps both of them, right. And they go along with it.
That's back when Mox was doing like the shoulder thing, right?
He still does it, but he was very shoulder shimmy guy.
Shouldery shimmy.
And then they pull in Mox's American son, Wheeler Yuta, not to be confused with Mox's Japanese son, Shota Umino. And then Claudio gets roped in with the BCC at last year's Forbidden Door.
Oh.
Because I believe Claudio fills in for Danielson, who was supposed to face Zack Sabre Jr. last year, but Danielson got hurt at Anarchy in the Arena.
Anarchy, right.
He was concussed.
Tim,
so
you are way too good for this show. How do you remember half of this shit? Honest to God.
I have to like keep it in my head, like, because I cover it so many other places, and
right.
And it's not that hard. Like, honestly, with Viewers Choice that I do, and like watching all these pay-per-views,
Has that network been named yet?
No, so that one's not on the soon-to-be named network.
Are you
Viewers'
serious?
Choice is on the North-South
I
Connection.
can't even keep your shit fucking straight. How am I supposed to keep wrestling shit straight?
I know. There's so many stuff and things.
Goodness.
I'm literally a mover and a shaker. I got 3 podcasts. I do 3 podcasts on 3 different networks.
And I'm more of
this one on the Big Jim Network
and a jiggler.
That's right. That's okay. I'm going to do something a little different for Wrestler of the Week.
Ooh.
Because one, the other 3 people aren't here, but also you and I, even though I changed my picks after I made them because I really took a look at what I had done, but our picks are exactly the same.
Really?
And they happen to be the year-end or the weekend standings for the Wrestler of the Week. So we can literally go over who we picked, and it's
just
also
one time
the top 5 for the week.
My goodness.
But
we can't talk about it yet.
We cannot talk about it yet because I have to do this.
John Moxley and Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
Just 2 guys edition.
That's right. But Wrestler of the Week for week 10, our People's Champ, thanks to Prince Evan, is Adam Cole, baby. Not sure why he picked Adam Cole here. I mean, he did have a very impressive.
Jericho.
He did have an impressive outing with MJF last night, taking him to the distance in the AEW World Championship Eliminator. But of course, doesn't get the job done. If the match was a 30-minute and 1 second time limit, he'd have had him. But unfortunately, just came up a little short. MJF squeaks away and doesn't have to entertain Adam Cole any longer. But for our picks of the week, it is pretty chalk from all of us.
Pretty good.
So for the week, in 5th place is Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Baron Corbin picking up a very big victory in NXT this past week, making him the number 1 contender for Carmelo Hayes' NXT championship. That match is going to be awesome. I'm so excited Baron Corbin's back in NXT. Carmelo is still him. And I wouldn't be mad if Baron Corbin takes the title off of Carmelo and do it.
I wouldn't be upset either.
I wouldn't be upset. But at 4, the last person to punch their ticket for the Money in the Bank ladder match on the men's side, the Judgment Day's Damian Priest. And then literally the top 3 were the 1, 2, 3 pick for all 5 of our guests, or all 5 of our hosts. So
we
at
had,
third,
big Nate Frazier.
Nate Frazier, the new NXT Heritage Cup winner.
Yeah, that's something I didn't know existed.
Noam Dar. Yeah, it was one of those things that was a part of NXT UK.
UK, right? Yeah.
Yep. And then because NXT UK came off of witness protection, and then they eventually closed it down and people got released and some people came over to the States. The Heritage title came over, which I think is pretty cool. It gives a secondary, a tertiary title without like stepping on the toes of the North American Championship. But it's not a title, but it's different enough. I like it, especially for guys who aren't quite up to the North American title standards. Because Wes Lee has a stranglehold on that title.
Sure does.
He's been phenomenal with the title as well.
There's a former guest of the show.
Yes. But number 2, the brand new Impact Wrestling X Division champion, hail Chris Sabin, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns.
More shitty.
That's right. And number 1, the second person of the season to garner all first place votes and get a perfect score. First, it was Bad Bunny, and now it is Alex Shelley, your brand new Impact Wrestling World Champion, defeating Steve Macklin this past weekend on Impact Pay-Per-View. I forget what the name of the actual show was. Is it Against All Odds or?
I think it was another Phil Collins. So it was called One More Night, I believe.
Oh gosh, TNA, Alex Shelley. If somebody beats me googling, what the latest latest TNA show was, I'm gonna be mad. Y'all gotta beat me to this.
I just want you to know I'm not looking.
I know you are.
So
Under Siege. Somebody said Under Siege.
Under Siege, perhaps. That sounds right. I really do think it's a Phil Collins song.
Y'all are all wrong. It was Against All Odds.
Was it really?
It was Against All Odds.
Well, Against All Odds,
Ohio.
Jim, you were right.
That's right. Sabin defeated Trey Miguel for the X Division Championship. Alex Shelley beat Steve Macklin. There's a lot of stuff and things going on. The ABC, the American Bullet Club, defeated the Good Hands to retain their Impact titles. This isn't an Impact recap show. That's not what we do here.
Not always what we do. Sometimes.
Tim
is more. If anybody's watching Impact, it's you or Matt.
Yeah, I think it's more so Matt. I would love to watch more Impact, but my problem is this. I don't even want to watch the stuff that's on my TV normally.
Yeah.
And then to go out of the way to watch Impact, kind of like going out of the way to watch Ring of Honor, go out of the way to watch New Japan Strong and all that stuff. It used to be so much. I need
so much.
If money were no object, I would hire a curator who would put all the stuff together for me every week and like, hey, fat boy, here's 3.5 hours of all the wrestling you needed to see for the week, and just put it in my face so that when I do the junket for 3 Count Thursday and when I do it for my other shows, it's all there.
You can just feast once, just blah, 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 take it all in.
Gorge, just overindulge in wrestling and just get it out of my system. But as far as the year end goes, the graphic does not change from week 9 to week 10. Even though it does say week 9, it is still week 10's results. And Deonna Purrazzo is still on top. Seth Rollins in second, and then the log jam at the bottom for 5th.
Money never fall.
That's right. Of course, we've got with Forbidden Door and with Money in the Bank around the corner, and then of course the next month you've got the Summerfest, and you've got
Summerfest is coming hard.
Summerfest will be coming hard, and you've also got the back-to-back shows for AEW with All Out and All In. All in August, All Out in September. There's a lot of possibilities with there being another 42 weeks left in the season. Still, everything is very, very young and on the move. But that is our Wrestler of the Week standings for week number 10.
Since John Moxley and Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the Wrestler on the Week.
Beautiful. If you were here for the beginning of the show, you saw the show graphic full of typos. But one thing that you could not miss was our Raw and SmackDown. Sorry, our WWE Women's and WWE Women's World Champion, Asuka and Rhea Ripley. The cat is out of the bag. The elephant has been let out of the room. We have brand new titles for the former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champions. And Ryan, you just look so exasperated with what I'm even talking about.
That's not what exasperated me, Tim.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I promise. I love them. Jim's not here. Somebody has to do it.
Okay. All right.
These are the best championships I've ever seen.
Well, they look exactly like the championships that are held by Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, except
they look great on both of those boys.
They're on white straps instead of black.
Those are my favorite colors, white and black. WWE can do no wrong.
Oh, hold on.
Oh shit.
Here. Oh, we gotta go. All right. Well, guys, it's been fun. 3countthursday.com has been your home for everything. You just gotta roll with the punches. No, I'm kidding.
It got hot in here.
That's
Yeah, well,
right.
I should have watched my mouth. The Bears game's on intermission right now. I should have figured he would tune in at that exact moment. I was forthcoming on my part.
What's the score right now?
I 3-1.
3-1 for
in favor of the good guys.
Okay, so the Rancho Cucamonga Cracker Killers,
they're losing.
The Manischewitz wine
Cracker Killers. They just eat a bunch of soup.
Yes, they all eat oyster crackers and let them get real soggy.
Of oyster crackers.
That's right. Oh man, oyster crackers are so good.
You prefer them over saltines, right?
100%.
100%. That's so much better in a soup.
They're just better. They're just smaller. They have the same flavor profile. You can eat more of them than a cracker.
So good. I love them so much.
Oh man, I couldn't tell you the last time I had an oyster cracker.
All right, real quick in the comments, are you #Team Oyster Cracker or #Team Saltine? Yeah, see, Jim knows. He's still here. He gets it.
Big Jim's very pro oyster cracker. If you don't know what we're talking about, it looks like a communion wafer, but it's not. It's puffed out.
I would sprinkle communion wafers in my soup over saltines.
Oh my God, no!
Just a big old bowl of Christ.
See, we used to Christ checks. We used to have when I was a part of my church. Our communion wafers looked like unfilled Hot Pocket or unfilled pizza rolls. They were like little rectangular pillows full of just puffed air.
Oh, yours were puffy.
Yeah, they were hard.
Okay.
But there was like nothing in the middle. It was just kind of like a crispy wafer and like an air pocket in the middle, you know.
Darned.
But I would always remember like when I would get like, this is exaggerated for size, but like anytime I would get the wafer, because of course, like you get the wafer and then what do? You wait for everybody else to get their wafer. So you're praying over the body of Christ, if that's what you believe. But I would always like put it in opposite corners and I would just rotate the wafer until they said this is the body of Christ, which died for you. Do this in remembrance of me, and then eat.
So you were not like
you didn't think you would listen to a wrestling podcast and take you through half of the communion.
So I think in the Catholic Church, they I've gone to some masses before where like the priest will put the cracker in your mouth.
I don't want that.
He's like, and you like stick your tongue out and you're like, give me Jesus.
Yeah, I went to I was in an independent Baptist church, so like all of the deacons who would collect the money, they also had like individually poured cups that were in these like big metal serving trays that would get passed down the aisles, and like The wafers would be in these big offering plate like plates that would get passed through.
That's the most recent church I've been to has like they would convert, I guess, like the offering plate to like a bunch of croutons, and you would pass them around, and then like a little chafing dish of like little shot glasses for the blood of Jesus.
See, now I did go to a church once that like they had the pastor and the deacon standing at the head of the church, and they literally had like a long piece of bread, and one person had a big goblet, and Big Jim's talking about it. But everybody would line up, and you would pluck your piece of bread off of the big loaf, and then you would dip the bread into the juice. And then
so
one time,
you're donking Jesus.
Well, that's what this church did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. And it was very wild to me. I didn't quite like it.
So you just walked up and grabbed the flesh of Jesus, donked it in his own blood, and then you were just gobbling down.
Well, now that you say it like that, it just sounds real weird.
It sounds like a cult.
It sounds like I went to a Brazilian barbecue where they like the guy comes to the table and cuts off a whole slab of meat, and here you go, here's God.
Right.
Nailed it.
I don't want to make it sound like that. That's not what I'm trying to do.
No, but like you're going and like,
but let's talk about having like a pig roast this summer.
Oh my God, I would love to have a pig picking. Does anybody know how to cook a pig?
Goodness, you just throw it over some hot coals, right?
Put an apple in its mouth. Oh, don't listen. Don't listen, big guy.
He's upset.
He's very upset.
You know what I'd love to do? I'd love to get a couple bushels of crab.
Oh, see, I'm not a crab guy.
And like just boil some crab, cook some corn on the cob. Which is redundant. Oh, yeah. Corn comes on the cob. It should be corn off the cob and just corn. We have that backwards as a nation.
Right, we sure do as a people.
Really,
we're jumping ahead into our Tuesday mode a little early.
Sure are. We sure are. Do we still have to talk about things on Monday? I'm vamping here a bit.
Well, it's okay because I mean we do have the WWE in their infinite wisdom has kind of righted the wrong that a lot of people had from the WWE draft.
They did.
Where the Raw Women's Champion was on SmackDown, and the SmackDown Women's Champion was on Raw, and they never did a full title switch, which thank God they didn't do. The Charlotte Becky standoff. I'm going to throw the title at you, and you're going to throw the title on the ground, hated it. At least now it makes sense.
Why were they resentful with one another anyway? They were each getting the correct championship that they couldn't fight each other for because they were on different brands anyway.
For sure.
For
sure. It's all
that's in the past. We got to let it go, Tim.
It is. And so, but I do like the new titles. I like that they're uniform, that it's like, it is WWE Champion, WWE Women's Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, Women's World Champion, and their uniform, they're the same. It's unoriginal, but people don't complain about the UFC titles. Every single person in the UFC has the exact same title. Shut up. We have it so much better with all these other. Now, that's to say, when this Endeavor sale goes around, who knows how it's going to end up. But Big Jim, he says this, even if the titles aren't perfect, he thinks the new women's titles look better than the men's. The white straps look better with these. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, Big Jim.
I prefer the white straps as well. I always thought that looked a little, man, I don't know. There's something about the classic black too that really.
Right. I think that the thing is that like having the different straps be for the different gender, right?
White for the ladies, black for the gentlemen.
Because that's how it's been, right? Like ever since the unveiling of the first WWE Women's Championship, not the very first one, but the one that they said was the first at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, where it was the end of the Divas title and they brought back the women's title, and it was the red, the white belt, the white strap with the WWE logo and the red underline. Ever since then, the women's title has always been white. And if you look across everything for WWE's footprint since then, all the NXT women's titles are white. So it's how it has been. I think if you change them, it looks weird at this point. Like if you just flip them and the women had the black straps and the men had the white straps,
you'd be doing it for no reason though. What's the reason to do that? Right.
Like it's aesthetics at that point. Like,
so we can probably safely and comfortably say gone are the times of maybe the Intercontinental Championship with a white strap. We just saw that most recently. It was the only other championship, I believe, on the roster that for the men that wasn't a black strap, correct?
Right. Well,
other than the red and the red and the blue.
Yep.
For the championship.
The last colored strap.
I guess the 24/7 strap.
The 24/7 title was green. But yeah, I think if you look at the actual straps, it probably was the Intercontinental title, Cody's Intercontinental white strap.
Yeah.
It was probably the last.
Nobody counts Braun Strowman's Saudi belt. That's not a...
No, the Mustard Championship.
Right.
Was that what that was?
I thought that was green strap too. Maybe not.
Was it? Oh,
I don't even think Braun Strowman remembers.
Yeah, I don't remember what that is. He's still I think if you count that, he's the longest reigning champion.
Mark loves mustard, by the way.
Oh, yuck.
He's a mustard guy.
Absolutely disgusting. But I'm curious, and I'll get to a point before we close up. But WWE has rolled out new titles for both the men's singles and the women's singles title. What kind of ballpark do you have on the WWE rolling out more titles? Upgrading the Intercontinental title, upgrading the United States Championship, the tag titles that are unified. Like, do you think those stay the same, or do you think there's a solid possibility that there could be more titles to come?
Whenever we talk about this, I always get excited that they'll bring back and like throw a little nod to those old tag team championships, like the LOD championships. I just love them so much. I think they need an update real bad, but if they do, I'm probably not going to love them because it's not going to be that old strap that I'm looking for. I still really, really don't like the Intercontinental Championship. It has not grown on me one bit. It's awful. The US Championship I can deal with. It's not the worst strap I've ever seen. It's better than it was, but boy, they laid an egg with the IC strap. Hate it. Just hate it. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with the ladies and the men's looking the same on each brand. That's how it should be. You're absolutely right. This is your A1 champion for men. This is your A1 champion for women. These are the straps that we give them, and they are going to look very close. Totally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. Like I love a little bit of continuity and things looking the same.
Sense. It really does.
It does. And then that way, even if the titles don't stay together on their same brands, you can still have the WWE champion and the women's world champion on the same show, and then the WWE women's and the world heavyweight champion on the same show.
Right.
Like totally it's the naming conventions and making some things make sense in an illogical.
I guess if you think and you go back to, I don't know when did we start awarding things to people for the Olympics? Gold medals are gold medals. They're all going to look the same. It should probably look the same. Like it should probably look the same. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the gold. Even I think all the medals at the Olympics look the same. It's just one's gold, one's silver, and one's bronze.
Right.
But they're all stamped with like the year of the Olympiad and like where it is and stuff like that. So either way,
no problem with it.
No problem at all.
No. I don't like Reigns' belt. I think Seth Rollins is better. And I really was kind of poopy on that when it first rolled out. But the design has grown on me. I've always liked the old Ring of Honor championship before Ring of Honor. And then he kind of revamped the belts, but like that old Ring of Honor championship is just a beautiful championship. And I wish that was still around. If I get another belt to like add to my collection, it will be that.
Yeah, that new Ring of Honor title does not look super great.
Don't love it.
But the old title, but then again, going like using the same analogy, the ROH World and Tag Team titles looked exactly the same.
Yep.
And the only title that didn't look different was the pure title or the one title that did look different was the pure title.
Right.
But even then, it was still the silver big plate, and they just changed a little bit. It wasn't until Ring of Honor like unveiled their first TV title, and you want to talk about ugly titles? The first Ring of Honor TV title, it was like a blue.
Nothing is going to be more ugly than the strap that Zack Sabre Jr. has to carry around. So
the hubcap.
Is that a hubcap?
It looks like a license plate.
A license plate. It's long, right? The long one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just god awful.
I've got it pulled up here.
Just an abomination of a championship.
This was the first Ring of Honor TV championship.
Oof. It's a lot of blue.
A lot of blue with like an actual TV on it.
Yeah.
And like when you see the shape of the title being held, like for example, here's Jay Lethal holding the title.
Oh, wow.
And it's just weird.
That's tough.
Yeah. But now we've got
current
this
one, right?
Well, yeah, this one.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
I don't hate that at all.
Or is this the new one? Ooh, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But Ryan, do you have anything else to go for this Thursday show?
I hope to see you guys out tomorrow night supporting independent professional wrestling. Come by, say hello to me, say hello to intern Mark. We're taking in 3 Legacies Wrestling. It's going to be a great time, family friendly. Bring the whole crew, man. Eat dinner there. Enjoy the show. Come out to Aruga's afterwards for the after party. It's going to be a great time. Tickets are going to still be available at the door, but head on out, swing by, say hello. If you don't see us, let them know 3 Count Thursday sent you.
That would be rather nice, I think. That'd be the gentlemanly thing. But of course, you cannot.
Louder, Tim.
No, I'm going the other way with it. I'm getting used to this stuff. But thanks to everybody for joining us here on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you find us at. Go to 3countthursday.com. It's your home for everything that we do around here. If you need to follow the Wrestler of the Week stuff, or you need a link to our pro wrestling scorecards, it's all there. Be sure to follow us on social media wherever you can. Whatever platform it is, just search for @3CountThursday. It's always the number, never the word. And of course, we're available on all your podcast networks of choice, but we love having you guys here live with us. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you decide to hang out with us, and we think that's pretty sweet. So we will be back, hopefully, at full strength next week. But all that's left right now is to tell you guys, stay smart, stay safe, and go for the pin.